Camelot 331 here, and today we're talking about terrible customers, the worst customers that we've ever seen in different places that people have sent to me. I've compiled and woven them in video form, and it's your time to hear it in video form. So if you don't mind, give me one of those update boys if you enjoy this video, and don't forget to subscribe, damn it. So let's get into it. I work at McDonald's. A few Fridays ago, there was probably the most inconceivable act by a customer. A lady and her elderly mother came through the drive-thru. They had to wait on fresh food, and so we asked them to park to the side. They decided while parked to get dessert as well. So the lady came inside to order. When she was served, she also received her order from before. Another customer waiting on food thought that she had come inside the restaurant and got her food before he did, when he'd been waiting approximately 8 minutes. So he gets angry. The guy abuses everyone in the store, customer, crew, manager, and this lady. She tries to leave, so the guy goes out to her car, pulls her elderly mother from the passenger seat, and beats her. He beat an elderly woman because he had to wait 8 minutes for McDonald's. Jesus Christ, man. Could you imagine being that damn hungry and impatient over some freaking McNugs, man, that you should start beating old people? Do you just beat old people? I don't beat old people unless they really deserve it. That's dumb as hell. Working at Taco Bell 4 summers ago, this lady pulls into the drive-thru and demands to speak with the manager. We ask her if she could pull around to the front and a manager will be out to meet her so she doesn't have to block the drive-thru. She says she can't because she's handicapped. Not sure how that prevents her from parking and letting a manager talk to her. As she drives by the window where I'm taking the drive-thru orders, I catch a glimpse of the single fattest woman I've ever seen. In the back seat is a very fat child, covered in puke. So he goes out front with her, the manager, and we can hear screaming all the way inside the restaurant with the doors locked. Apparently, our restaurant gave her son food poisoning, and he got sick during his soccer game and threw up all over himself. And she wants a new meal, but with no poison this time. I'll take 5 tacos. Hold the poison, because I don't want to throw up next time. So we remake her order. 3 grande meals, 10 tacos each, with extra cheese and sour cream, man, which her son will eat half of. And then run his fat ass around in August in Georgia. No handicap tag either. Just dumb and fat. Damn, son. Damn. She's calling him out. She called him out here. Something tells me she may have poisoned the fat people. I'm just saying. She may have poisoned them. She sounds like she might have wanted to poison them. I work at Starbucks. I once had a customer try to throw their coffee at me. I had accidentally made a woman a latte with regular milk rather than soy milk. It was my fault, and I was apologizing profusely. I told her I would make her another drink. This wasn't good enough for the woman. It never is, man. Like a crazy banshee, she shrieked, "I need soy!" and just threw the latte at me. The lid stayed on and totally missed me. Instead, exploded on impact and got all over the counters, cabinets, and floor. The bright side is that the owner was in attendance, and he made quick work of throwing that lady out, despite protests that she didn't even get her coffee. You had a coffee, and you threw the damn thing. I didn't get my coffee. Yeah, it's currently everywhere else right now. And I've never understood this. I've been in this situation so many times where somebody just throws the product that they are not happy with at me. You know, like throwing some clothes at me. I didn't make these clothes. You just don't fit in them. You need to stop using the size that you were using when you were 13, because you're 38. I used to work at Kroger. My best horror story is this white trash lady customer would buy meat, eat half of it, and put kitty litter and other stuff in it to make it look like it went bad early for a free refund. This stupid lady would do this every week, each time, slowly going up to more expensive meat. Now there's this really nice other lady that works in the office. She's just super awesome. One time I called in sick, and when I came in the next day, she had a homemade chicken soup for me. She was that awesome. So this customer comes up to her with bags and bags of half-eaten turned meat and tries to get a refund. This nice lady goes through the bag and finds actual pieces of kitty litter in the bag this time. So she tells the customer to wait while she calls the manager to authorize/check on the meat for a refund. The customer goes off, calling this lady everything in the book, including racial slurs, and to give her her money back right now. This sweet old black lady jumps the counter and proceeds to drag this customer back over to the money counting room for a royal ass beating. The entire front store stopped talking, moving, checking out items, and everything just stopped. All we could hear was the customer screaming bloody murder in the back money room, with the door rhythmically bumping the door jamb. Bump, 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 bump. It was straight out of a horror movie. The manager runs up from the back of the store and then gingerly opens the door and just stares with his mouth open. Then the police and an ambulance show up, and it was the last I saw of both the customer and the sweet old black lady. That chicken noodle soup was really freaking awesome. That lady deserves a medal, and it's unfortunate that when you retaliate against customers, you get fired instantaneously. There should be like a law that if a customer goes crazy, you could just go ham on them and it's fine because it's legal. It's like the purge, except like retail purge. I work at Taco Bell. I'm working cashier on the 4th of July last year, and this middle-aged man comes in with his pretty wife, seeming like just a normal customer. You know, just order your food and wait for it so you can eat. No. The first thing he does when he gets to the register is stare at the thermostat, which is on 68 degrees. So I think to myself, okay, but didn't really think the temperature was that big of a deal, until his face turns bright red and he starts flipping out. He's screaming at me, saying, "We've been over this before, haven't we? I don't know how many times I've come in here and seen that temperature on 68 degrees. This is absolutely ridiculous. Don't you think that's too damn cold to be serving food?" And he goes on and on about how the restaurant is too cold and he can't eat in here because of that. And it's like 90 degrees outside. I go get my manager, who's apparently dealt with him multiple times. He gets the number to the corporate office to complain and then throws another tantrum because he thinks that's not the actual number. But anyway, he calls corporate office and made it so that we're not supposed to turn the thermostat down at all. I've seen this man probably 10 times after this. Each time it's the same ordeal. If it's too cold, I get a good yelling and he walks out. If it isn't too cold, he gets his food and complains about it the entire time he eats. Another thing that happened to me a few weeks ago, a relatively attractive, I'm going to guess about 23 or 24 man is sitting at a table in the dining room area and I'm working cashier. He finishes the food, gets up, and asks me if I would watch his backpack for him, as he has to go number 1, not number 2. And he promises he won't be gone long. I say, okay, that's fine. It's fine. But I thought it was a little strange. My coworker watches him in the men's room do whatever, and he walks out a minute or so later. He goes back to the table to get something out of his backpack, and this time he goes into the women's bathroom. With the door unlocked, 3 or 4 women go into the women's bathroom over the course of maybe 30 minutes and tell me that there's a man sitting on the toilet naked. I've talked to my manager about it, and he obviously doesn't want to do anything about it. So he has this skinny white girl about 5'3" to check on the man supposedly naked in the women's bathroom. His backpack was still at the table. I knock on the door 3 times as loud as I could with no response from anyone inside. So I just walk in. Lo and behold, he's just naked. And he's sitting on the toilet playing with himself. I get a hey and I walk out. I mean, if that's how you get your kicks, man. If that's how you get your kicks. I mean, at least he was brave enough to go in there and just strip the hell down. I work at Best Buy and I was training a new girl on ringing people up. A guy comes up and she scans his cordless phone he brought up. It's $39.99, but he says it's $24.99. I ask him to show me where he got it and he shows me. There's 2 phones with similar boxes right next to each other and I show him that, and the spot where he took the one was from the wrong spot. He says he got it from the other spot. I show him that they are fully stocked except the one spot where he got his. He starts talking about how we were all trying to scam him and that it was classic bait and switch. I didn't have time for that BS, so I tell him if he doesn't want it, don't get it. I could care less. He goes up to get it rung up again and starts yelling at the girl and calling her names and making her cry. He calls her an idiot, so I told him at least that idiot knows how to read and can grab a phone from the right spot. He gets my manager and he politely agrees with me that this customer is in fact an idiot. If only that's how it always worked. They usually don't always have your back like that, man. So those are several of the stories that I get. There's like a billion. This was a few of them. If you like them, keep coming back for more of them. Send me your own personal ones. That's real important. Send me your personal crazy ass stories, and I'll tell them on this dumb channel. It's stupid. You do it, and we'll do it together, because that's what I do, son. So that's all I have. Don't forget to join my Discord. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's a great time. It truly, truly is a great time. So until next time, get on it. Doggone it. Bye. Yeah.